In my young days, I was always told that entrepreneurship is like a taboo for us. Like money making is bad, profit is bad, because you only can make profit by exploiting people or by doing something wrong. then only you can make money. SaaS companies, I would little bit extend this answer by saying that SaaS companies are highly investable because of the nature of repeatable business. Initially, your customer acquisition cost is high. That is what you are actually investing in this company. And later on, when if the people stay with you and do repeat business, you are like 95 plus gross profit from second year onwards. A gold miner does not make so much of money as the sole supplier to the gold miner. Supplying technology to this kind of company will be a valuable company than the company who is doing the aggregation. Or we have examples in our company where they joined as intern and today they are vice presidents.
Tell me some challenges which you overcome and the failures, how did you overcome that?
And biggest challenge being a startup in Odisha, per se, Bhubaneswar.
And so it begins.
We are about to reach our destination.
नमस्कार दि ओडिशा ड्रीम रा आउ गोटे एपिसोड को आपण मानकु स्वागत। आज आम सांगरे अछंती मिस्टर शिबाशिश मिश्रा। He has a decade of experience in banking and the insurance sector, but chased his dream to become an entrepreneur, and he founded the company called BookingJIni. BookingJIni is an hotel operating software which helps the hotels to manage their accounts, sales and operations and help them increase their revenue. Aji tanko experience ru ame janiba kichi key insights in the hotel industry, not only in Odisha but in India as well. Tankor journey janiba entrepreneurship re, tankor challenges, tankor achievements au tankor failures bisare ame aji janiba. Shibashish, welcome to the Odisha Dream.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on the Odisha Dream, and I'm sure there is a lot of insights in terms of the industry that you're working in right now. Where you have ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ banker ରୁ chased your dream, pursued entrepreneurship and started your own company called BookingJIni.
That's right.
Just tell me about how that journey has started off with you.
Well, I'll start from the beginning itself. Like when I was studying right here in Stuart School, then BJP College, then followed by the one of the great institution of B School, Xavier's Institute of Management. So born to a middle class family, father banker, mother homemaker. So we were all set to join a corporate and be in a service, like go for a job and grow in the corporate ladder. That was the dream that we always had while we were growing young. Now the job that I chose was in Bombay, and one of the best bank in India, financial institution in India, I can say. Working there was, what changed my entire perspective today. Working with finest bosses like Vaidyanathan or KVK, those people, very closely working with them. You understand that how economy is shaping, how wealth can be created through businesses. While in one of the finest financial institution in Bombay, while I was working there, I met a lot of our clients who were themselves great entrepreneurs. For us, in my young days, I was always told that entrepreneurship is like a taboo for us. Like money making is bad, profit is bad, because you only can make profit by exploiting people or by doing something wrong. then only you can make money. But I learned this significant lesson in Bombay that we can create wealth through highly profitable companies, through technology, through manufacturing, through a lot of things, through services. In the late part of 2000, that decade of 2000, I'm talking about 2008, 9, those days. We used to have a lot of drawing room discussion within my friends, my bosses even, that hey, I should start something of my own. I'm a voracious book reader, so a lot of books like Business Maharaja by Geeta Parimal. Um, One of the significant book that I want to mention is The High Performing Entrepreneur by Subrata Bagchi, from this soil itself. So that book inspired me a lot, and in detail I could understand that this is how I could start a business, and this is how not to start a business. So those days there was nothing called a startup there. So I said, let me do something of my own. I, uh, you know, resigned from the organization and started something in Bangalore. This was a company called 5 Elements. It was purely into service. My all clients were in Bay Area, California. These were like Intel, Marvel. Later on, we did little bit of e-governance business in India itself. But that was my first, plunge into entrepreneurship, doing something of your own, I can say.
But from a banker turned an entrepreneur, and specifically in the industry that you have chosen, that is the hotel industry. Our hotel industry, I think, hotel industry is little fragmented in terms of new technology utilization. And जो नुआ hotels अभी आसुचंती, for example, there is Oyo, Tribo, and other aggregators. How is BookingJIni very different from the other companies?
See, basically, BookingJIni happened to me. Let me quickly share about how BookingJIni happened to me. While I used to travel to the Bay Area, the California, because of business development purpose during that first entrepreneurship journey, that is 5 Elements. So what happened then was like I used to stay in boutique hotels. These were small boutique hotels across the Bay Area, maybe San Jose or Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, this kind of area. Now, when you stay in these boutique hotels, they will charge like $80 to $100 those days for me per night, whereas large hotels like Hyatt's, Marriott's would charge around $400, $500 per night. Now, when you again and again stay in that same hotel, these owners become an acquaintance of yours. And one of the owner said me, "Hey, Mr. Mishra, why don't you book rooms by emailing me? Don't book through he named a large online travel agent, OTAs. You know them like Expedia, Booking.com, Make My Trip. These are called online travel agents. Their business model is like $100 you spend in this platform, the hotelier is only getting $70. So first time I understood this business model, and I could see the pain that this hotelier was saying, that hey, if you book through this large OTA, I only get $60 if you would have paid $90 to the aggregator. If you pay me directly the same, if you intend to pay directly the same $90, I will only pick up 80 and rest you enjoy the room. So this particular conversation that happened, my point was, can I solve this through technology, right? So, and then we brainstormed. We are constantly brainstorming till now also, even if we have scaled and all. Every day in our meeting room, we discuss how can we help the hoteliers to get more organized, get more direct bookings, make their business more efficient.
आपको केबे लगला कि you have achieved that product market fit?
Well, in fact, product market fit happened to us before the BookingJIni took birth. Like legally, if you talk about forming the company, because luckily I was already having another company, that's 5 Element I was mentioning. So almost for a year or so, we kind of experimented there inside that inside that company that I earlier had. So that time we hired some engineers and we started doing a MVP. So in that MVP, we found out that in Puri, first experiment happened in Puri, because I am from the state. My company was in Bangalore. I used to come here a lot of times, and then we said, hey, use our product. I mean, a small module product. This was, today if you see that product, I will not believe we really created that product, but that was it. So in 2017, essentially, we started, early 17, we started selling that to 30 hotels in Puri. Now they picked up the product. Half of them were paying us, half of them were not paying us. Then we said, well, Puri, because we speak Odia and they can connect, we are from Bhubaneswar, so we could sell them. Let's go some other area. The next area targeted was Goa for us. And the third one was Udaipur, Rajasthan, that area. And finally, we went to Himachal. Now we had around 150 hotels, out of which maybe 90 were paying us and the rest were not paying us. At this point in time, we said we have a prototype basically. MVP then happened. Then we formed the company BookingJIni, private limited, whatsoever. And this time I choose Bhubaneswar, that is Cuttack ROC, over Bangalore now. So I said this SaaS company should be in Bhubaneswar. Then MVP happened another year after, when we had almost 500 clients, and now we were really making some money.
इनिशियली आपण जेतबेले प्रोडक्ट मार्केट फिट और एमबीपी बनाउथिले आपण ताकू फर्स्ट बूटस्ट्रैप रे चलेले कि यू रेज सम फंड्स टू स्टार्ट इट.
So we were already into a little bit of service business that I mentioned about you. So definitely पैसा तो किछि आसुथुला कंपनी रू. So हमकु external fund दरकार ही नथिले. For a service business also, you normally don't need an external fund because operationally you are always profitable in a service business. जेतले product रे you need to develop a product, then experiment with that product, then you need external capital in my opinion. But initially जो कम पैसा दरकार हैला माने it was not like $100,000 you need initially to start the development of product. Till MVP stage, or I can say till market fit also, we never had the need for money. Money need almost 1 year after the launching of BookingJIni happened, when we are doing significantly like around 90 lakhs of revenue a year kind of asigala jetebele. सेतबेले मु भाबिली जे एबे हमको फंड रेज करबा दरकार, and that time we were in the negotiating power because we had revenues, we were positive EBITDA wise, and then we went to the investor and said we need to raise a fund.
सर गोटे जर्नी गोटे SaaS प्रोडक्ट रो जर्नी टाकू माने डिस्क्राइब करि परिबे कि फॉर अ माने व्यूअर्स हु वांट टू स्टार्ट इन अ SaaS काइंड ऑफ बिजनेस. So how did the journey goes in? Like you first create the MVP, then the product market fit, then you get into say maybe raise funds and develop the entire software. How does the journey flows in?
Sure. I think this is purely my opinion. I am going to say that SaaS company, first of all, you have to start with solving a problem. Either this problem has been solved by someone, or you are first time you are understanding the problem and you are starting. Now, if the problem has been solved by someone, you want to solve the problem in a much efficient manner now. I'll give you an example of, for example, there is a Zendesk already there, and Fresh Work, or earlier Fresh Desk by Girish Marthavan, he started saying that I will do a better ticket raising platform than Zendesk, and therefore Fresh Desk is $1 billion company today. They were not doing anything other than, they were solving the same problem of ticket solving in the technology world. For example, Zoho started, they were solving the same thing that others were solving, but now they wanted to do it in a much better way, much efficient way. So this is another one type of SaaS company now we are talking about. Another type of SaaS company will be like us. For example, this particular problem has not been addressed, which we started addressing to. So for our kind of business, the problem identification is very important, and the problem is real or not, that is also very important. You speak to the real users. Sometimes we can say that hey, this problem exists, but when you talk to the user, they will say hey, we can do it in a simple spreadsheet, or we can do it in over a we can hire someone and he can do it more efficiently than the software. But this is how you discover the problem, and initially we were lucky that we had great hotel owners as my advisors initially. For example, Kapil Chopra is he was the ex-president of Oberoi, and he eventually became an investor later on. He was so excited about our business that he said, I want to be one of your first angel investor. So, and that gives you a lot of confidence, right? So this is how you identify the problem. And SaaS is all about having a lot of it's multi-tenancy, we call it, or the software is in the cloud and multiple users are using your software. And there is all nuances of technology also inside that. So you need to have the right technology engineers in your team also, which will be responsible for the scaling of the product, and which will be responsible for concurrent users. Lot of complexity is there in the technology part as well. So when your real problem kind of meets that technology, then you create a wonderful scalable SaaS company. SaaS companies, I would little bit extend this answer by saying that SaaS companies are highly investable because of the nature of repeatable business. If you could keep the clients well, so they repeat, and your gross profitable year on year increases. Initially your customer acquisition cost is high, but however that is what you are actually investing in this company, and later on, when if the people stay with you and do repeat business, you are like 95 plus gross profit from second year onwards.
Agreed. So that is absolutely true in terms of SaaS model. But you started in 2018, right? In 2018, there are bigger players like Oyo, Tribo, Fab Hotels. Those are in the space of hotel aggregator.
Correct.
And do have the hotel operating system, right? How do you use, upon a choose colony to raise a lot of funds like, Oyo has done, and get into the aggregator model? You chose to focus more upon the tech side and have, pioneered it, I believe so.
So see, basically what I have learned in my early B school days, and also during my corporate career also, because as again and again I have seen, I read a lot of books and a lot of biographies, a lot of business case studies, so on and so forth. So what I've understood early on, that a gold miner does not make so much of money as the shovel supplier to the gold miner. For example, the construction company or the miners will not be making so much of money as the excavator company will be making. So supplying technology to this kind of company will be a valuable company than the company who is doing the aggregation or into this kind of revenue management, or aggregating few hotels and running them. So we would be happy to supply them the engineering or technology part, which is not clearly absent today in the market. So Oyo came up with a lot of investment and they have created their technology, but they will not give a technology on a piecemeal basis to just for technology to a hotel. They will say you have to either be our branded and then use our technology, otherwise only piecemeal technology they will not give. So we said here is the gap. Oyo still will command 30% commission, or and then they will have all the terms and conditions. A online travel agent will have the same terms and condition. Ultimately, they want to have their business model on the boutique hotels, right? So we want to enable and make these boutique hotels more profitable. And see, boutique hotels consists of 75% of the entire hotel population. Now, will a Oyo go to a Marriott or a Hilton or a Leela for that matter, or even for a postcard chain of hotel? Will they ever think about that? No. Why? Because they feel the opportunity is here, that they are unorganized. They cannot create demand on their hotels. They cannot. They do not have access to technology. So therefore, they are the target market for them. So we want to say that with my experience so far, technology day by day is becoming more accessible. Technology day by day is becoming cheaper. So we came in as a company, BookingJIni, that use the technology for making your life more efficient or easy. BookingJIni doesn't charge any money. However, we come in as a we command pricing or subscription from them when we add value to them. Just for making their life easy, we do not want to earn money from there.
What is the value addition that you are giving to the hotelier, and what exactly is the moat around it?
So the value addition is simply, if some hotel owner is using BookingJIni, he does not have to go to any other software. Yes, I mean it, any other software. For example, connectivity to online travel agents or GDSs, connectivity to marketing platforms like Google or Facebook, Meta for that matter, connectivity to their own website, connectivity to the property management system. So everything is managed in one place. Not only that, we go ahead in terms of ensuring that they're selling in the right price. For example, imagine in a place like Aurangabad, there is going to be a doctor conference on 24th January 2024. Now, normal hotels will not know it, but through our deep technology, robotic process automation, we will know the demand of that region for the hotel, or the kind of inflow that region will have during that week. We would know from now. And our hoteliers, our clients hotelier in Aurangabad will have the systems ready for them that, hey, during this period, you are not going to sell below this price. So imagine this is one of the few 50, 60 things that we do for the hotel. Now, here is what value addition is there. Software is just making them easy, but value addition is helping them to give a little bit of extra dollar earning or saving that extra dollar.
Basically, you are giving them a prediction on the pricing.
Absolutely, one of the things that we do.
Correct. So, and if they come to your platform, they can take care of their sales,
absolutely,
accounting, as well as the operations.
Correct.
In continuing to this particular question, when you see artificial intelligence and deep tech that you mentioned, artificial intelligence or machine learning ro kon ithre involvement achi in your application?
See, artificial intelligence, when we started only, one of our first product was artificial intelligence way back in 2018, which was a small chatbot. Ame setebele taku na deithilu Lisa, one of my finest engineer that time developed it, and he said lexical integrated syntax analyzer. So the acronym for that becomes Lisa. So it is, chatbot. I don't have to explain that. So intents and so on and so forth. But today when we talk about artificial intelligence, the meaning has completely changed because of the chatbot, ChatGPT.
Correct.
Right. Now, artificial intelligence then was only exclusive. It was B2B. Everybody was using AI. Amazon talk about any platform was using AI. But people were not talking about AI. ChatGPT make it inclusive. Now, common people like my young daughter or my son, my employees, when I'm going in the morning walk, parents are discussing about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT was inclusive now. So it became a part and parcel of everybody in the life. So it's no more a B2B thing. It's become a B2C, like everybody can use ChatGPT. So we also, we were also very excited about this, opening up of AI. Now, a lot of open source things was available, a lot of paid things were also available. We have also used huge amount of generative AI and also, other kind of AIs that today we are using. I'll give you an example of generative AI. Now, small boutique hotel had always a challenge of replying to the Google reviews or online travel agents review, like booking.com, somebody has given review, or Make My Trip, somebody has given review. Now, either this English reply wise he was not proficient, or he didn't had much time because he's managing a 30-room hotel. All this management of hotel itself is so complex that he will not have time. Now, imagine we created this generative AI based application which is going to identify that, hey, there is a review in the Google, and within the right turnaround time it goes and replies to that, and very relevant.
Okay.
That relevant is not copy paste kind of. It is like if somebody has given a 5-star review, it will thank them and it will kind of read the review if he has already mentioned something, and accordingly he will reply. Similarly, it will differentiate between a 1-star review and reply them accordingly. So this is one of the usage of generative AI that we did in BookingJIni, and there are many.
So 2018 ro apna start kale, and 2018 ro start hey 2020 when we reached, there is a scenario that when COVID happened and this industry was majorly impacted.
Yes.
How did you steer through that?
I think that will be one of the biggest story that I will ever, if I write a book, I think a few chapters will be going through navigating that COVID period will be there. COVID for me was extremely scary and extremely blessings also. This taught me bless. First of all, it started with a blessing that in December 2019, we raised a fund, and this was our second round, and we are all were excited. Almost 30 feet on streets we had hired, had an induction in 3rd of March. I remember those dates because that was very close to me and my team, small team those days. We were just 20 people then, and we just hired another bunch of 25 people. So in Calcutta, we had this big event, and we had a induction session for almost 7 days for all this fit on street. 3rd of March, we did that event and then inducted people. 25th of March, the lockdown happened, right? So, and me, my investors, my mentors, nobody knew how to navigate this. However, the good thing was that all my investors who used to call me that, Sibashish, I know, you would be worried about our money, but trust me, you just try to conserve a lot of cash during this time and just navigate. We also don't know when this, we are going to surface from this unprecedented word was always used, during that time. So we have never knew. Lucky to me, again, we had a spectacular team. Now, people came to me, we were meeting online, we were engaging, we were doing videos of engaging each other over WhatsApp. So people came to me saying that, hey, Sibashish, you don't have to worry, we are there with you. And no matter what, whatever the cash position of the company is there, we are 100% with you. Now, there were people who had family, there are people, very young people who had their parents already working and they're supporting them. So these kind of generation of people said, Sibashish, we don't need any salary until we surface. But they stayed with us, and they really, some engineers coded, somebody was talking to our existing clients, saying them that the same thing, that don't worry, we were there for you. Similarly, the people, those who were with family, the most important thing they also had was EMI. So many of these senior people, they came to me, senior in terms of the position that they hold in the company. They came to me and said, well, you might be paying a lakh of rupees per month, but what we currently need is this 22,000 rupees, which is my EMI, plus another 8,000 rupees, which is my budget for the household. Now, this was blessing for me. I was so overwhelmed, and these people came to me for and today, whatever we are, because of those sacrifices that the entire team made during that time, we really conserved a lot of cash. And when we surfaced, I remember 2021 September onwards, the journey was again back to, our revenue went more than the pre-COVID. Our number of hotels grew more than the pre-COVID. Interestingly, our ACV, one of the most important parameter for measuring a SaaS company's growth is annual contract value, or ARPU you call it. So that also grew 2x by the end of the COVID. So this shows that we really worked hard in our product development. So we put all our energy in our product development, and we could create a better product pre-COVID versus post-COVID, and we were commanding double the money that we were commanding before COVID.
So macro factors यदि हमें देखिबा अबिका इंडिया रो ओडिशा रो, if you consider tourism as one of the major revenue source for the government, give me 2 cents on how this tourism industry is going to look at for the next 10 years.
So tourism for any country like India, I mean, you look at Southeast Asia and India basically. So tourism is one of the biggest contributor of GDP to today also. Today, you will be happy to know that NSE created a tourism index. I mean, today I think it got launched by NSE. That's an interesting way of saying that this is going to happen. FICCI has formed a startup board on tourism technology only. that was not absent there, because we have all the boards, all the fintech, or you talk about edutech, all these are happening. Tourism startups in India are not so talked about today. But I was happy to be a part of this forum that FICCI India startup community is creating only for tourism. So definitely tourism is one of the biggest, highly unorganized. Lot of things can be created around tourism, organizing these players. Just imagine all the agents or all the guides in the those who are there in India, you talk about, and you connecting a platform and creating a platform for all the guides, those who are there for various archaeological monuments or any temple or any visiting places. There are a lot of guides you go. So they are highly unorganized. How can you trust a guide? Right? They will show you an ID card saying that this is Government of India's ID card. How do you validate? So solving this problem, it's itself $1 billion company, because you want trustworthy guides, rated guides. Those can actually explain you the importance of that place, or if you just walk here in Dholi, where since childhood we used to cycle and go to Dholi. Like anytime friends come together, we will go to Dholi. Dholi, the center of attraction was that stupa, right? Today I came to know, as in when I grew up, I came to know that stupa was built in 1960s. However, the most important thing of that Dholi is 3rd century BC, which is Asoka's rock-cut cave. There is an elephant there, and in the language of Prakriti, there is some scripture written which is as old as 3rd century BC. Now imagine if I, being a person staying in Bhubaneswar, doesn't know about it. How can somebody coming to Bhubaneswar would know? And you don't find any guide there, and nobody else there. Luckily, I was working for Odisha Tourism, as BookingJIni was working for Odisha Tourism, and we understood that piece of importance of that Dholi, in that place. Now, if you can solve this particular challenge that is in tourism, imagine the kind of company you are building.
So taking a step back from the business side, coming back to the entrepreneurship side, I'm sure there are a lot of challenges that you faced. There are some achievements, there are some failures. Tell me some, challenges which you overcome, and the failures, how did you overcome that, and the achievements, how did you share with the team?
Great. So biggest challenge being a startup in Odisha, or per se Bhubaneswar, was initial talents, right? So you were not able to attract the best of the talent in Odisha. You cannot attract the best engineer or the best operation head or something like that in a place like. Nobody from Bangalore or Pune would like to come to work in Odisha, even if you offer 100, not 100, but probably 40% hike in his salary or 50% hike in salary, they will turn down the job. So that was a challenge. We addressed it by nurturing the talents who were available here. We really spent almost 3 months, 5 months with them in terms of nurturing them, training them in doing this. We have examples in our company where they joined as intern and today they are vice presidents. They have joined as frontline coders, like early fresher coders. Today they are managing team of 10 people. So this kind of examples has become because we spend time with the talent. We showed them the larger picture that don't have to hop between company to company for 20% hike. You can have the ESOPs of our company and your wealth will grow. So they understood it. Few of them understood it, not all. Many thought that this is just a dream that you are sowing and hope that you are sowing, which ultimately may not manifest. But that's fine. I mean, 20% of the people we spoke understood our thing, and 80% didn't. But that's the rule of the game.
ଆପଣ ବାଙ୍ଗାଲୋରରେ ଥିଲେ, ବାଙ୍ଗାଲୋରରୁ ଆପଣ ଆସିଲେ ଓଡ଼ିଶା, ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ଆପଣ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କଲେ, ବଟ୍ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ମୋଟିଭେଟେଡ୍ ୟୁ ଟୁ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ଇନ୍ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଇଟସେଲ୍ଫ?
ସି ଯେତେବେଳେ ବାଙ୍ଗାଲୋରରେ ମୁଁ ପ୍ରଥମ ଯେଉଁ କଥା କହୁଥିଲି ଯେ ବମ୍ବେରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଚାକିରି କରୁଥିଲୁ ସେତେବେଳେ କାହାକୁ ଗୋଟେ କିଏ ପଚାରୁଥିଲା ତମ ଘର କୋଉଠି, ତ ଆମେ କହୁଥିଲୁ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର। ତ ସିଏ ଏଇଟା ମୁଁ 2005-06 ମସିହା କଥା କହୁଛି। ସେମାନେ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ପଚାରୁଥିଲେ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରଟା କୋଉଠି, ଏଇଟା କ୍ୟାଲକାଟାର ପାର୍ଟରେ ପାଖରେ ନା ଆନ୍ଧ୍ରପ୍ରଦେଶରେ, ବଟ୍ ଓଡ଼ିଶାକୁ କେହି ଚିହ୍ନୁ ନଥିଲେ। सो से गोटे इनफीरियरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स होता मो मनरे कि मु स्टार्टअप टा भुवनेश्वर केमती स्टार्ट कर पारे जोटा कि कई लोक जानी ना बट बैंगलोर रे समस्त जानूले बट जितेबाला मुझे भुवनेश्वर बैंगलोर स्टार्ट भी कर देइथिलु बट भुवनेश्वर रे स्ट्रांग लिंक थिला मोर किछि एम्प्लॉय भुवनेश्वर रे बसुले से माने भी यूएस प्रोसेस रे काम करथुले बट एड्रेस वाइज आमे सबले सेठी भी 40 टा एम्प्लॉय थिले एठी भी 40 टा एम्प्लॉय थिले एड्रेस वाइज आमे किंतु प्रमोट करथुलु बैंगलोर को ना सेही समय जतले आसे भुवनेश्वर को
आपण सेतले बैंगलोर रे बसतले ना भुवनेश्वर रे बसतले
बोथ लाइक 20 डेज बैंगलोर रे बसले 10 डेज मु भुवनेश्वर रे बसतले सो कौन हुए से भुवनेश्वर को जिते आसू आम तो इकोसिस्टम बोली किसी गोटे नाला जोटा कि बैंगलोर रे वाज वेरी प्रॉमिसिंग एंड इट वाज वेरी मैच्योर्ड इकोसिस्टम तो केते जण एठिकार वेल एस्टाब्लिश एंटरप्रेन्योर से माने भी ए गैप टाको बुझुतले मु कहबी जेमती देवाशीष पटनायक अछंती बा सेते बेले गुडाई से इकोसिस्टम रे थांती से माने बुझी पारुथांती जे ए गैप टा अछि स्टार्टअप मानक पय से माने ऑलरेडी ग्रोन अप हो जाइथिले माने दे वर लाइक ऑलरेडी एस्टाब्लिश्ड कंपनीज एंटरप्राइज आई कैन से बट दे अंडरस्टूड दैट आम भले यंगस्टर मानक पय गोटे आईटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बाय इकोसिस्टम दरकार एंड देयरफॉर दे स्टार्टेड समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉल्ड इन्वेस्ट भुवनेश्वर थ्रू रे आमे सिलिकॉन वैली फेयर थर जाइथिलु सेठी एठिकार गवर्नमेंट B2B सब माने आदान प्रदान हेइथिला किंतु सेही समय रे आमे देखिलु जे गोटे टाई बोली गोटे संस्था अच्छी दी इंडस एंटरप्रेन्योर दे फॉस्टर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप वी ट्राई टू ब्रिंग टाई टू भुवनेश्वर दोज डेज जहा फल कि सिलिकॉन वैली रो किछि नामी दामी ना जेमती बैंक शुक्ला हेले बा कन्वल रेखी हेले प्रभु गोयल एमान भले भल एस्टाब्लिश एंटरप्रेन्योर माने दे केम टू ओडिशा दे अंडरस्टूड से समय रे किछि चिप डिजाइनिंग कंपनी भी ओडिशा रे थिले जो मैंने गॉट एक्वायर्ड फ्रॉम लार्ज कंपनीज लाइक AMD एंड ऑल एक्वायर्ड देम सो दिस थिंग्स वर हैपनिंग दोज डेज बट बहुत जन जानी नथिबे काइना एटा बहुत ऊपर लेवल रे होतले धीरे धीरे कौन है तापरे आमे स्टार्टअप कौन ये भलिया स्कूल माने कॉलेजेस रे जाई के इवेंट्स माने टाई करथांती इकोसिस्टम को केमती इन्वेस्टर प्लस स्टार्टअप आइडिया इनक्यूबेशन एगुड़ा सब आरंभ होता है स्टार्टअप ओडिशा भी बर्न है से समय रे काइंड ऑफ इनक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स माने तयारी हेले जोठी की ग्रांट भी मिलुथला पिला मानन को जे तमे किछि एक्सपेरिमेंट करिकि तमे किछि एमवीपी टे तयारी करि प्रोटोटाइप टे तयारी करि परिबो सो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स वर हैपनिंग आई थिंक फंडिंग इकोसिस्टम भी ओडिया केते जण फंड करिबा भी आरंभ करले दैट वाज वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड वेरी वेरी न्यू फॉर दिस ओडिया सोसाइटी की आमे इन्वेस्टमेंट भी करि पारु छोट छोट स्टार्टअप ऊपर सो ए भले इकोसिस्टम टा धीरे धीरे ग्रो हैला आई थिंक टुडे एज वी स्पीक इट इज हाईली मैच्योर्ड people like us in staying in Odisha we don't have to sigh out that ame Odisha na nei ki mane we have raised 3 round of fund and we have grown significantly in this years and we don't have to hesitate to say that we are from Bhubaneswar or Odisha
सर जब हमें जो डिस्कस करले अबाउट द फंडिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट इन स्टार्टअप्स आपनक पर्सपेक्टिव रे गोटे स्टार्टअप फाउंडर को इनिशियली should he be more focused upon the business side or should he be little focused upon raising investment to do that business?
I think जेतबे आरंभ करूचंती बिजनेस टा को you have to focus on the business, on the product, on the or the services that you are giving. For us it was product. You have to seriously think about product and nothing else. I mean till MVP or creating that prototype of the product and user, you have to get the first user by yourself. Then when you move on the timeline little ahead then you have to consider मते ए प्रोडक्ट टा 6 जण यूज करछन 6 जण रु 600 जण को केमती पहुंचेबी सेते बेले मते फंडिंग दरकार हे पारे however for biotechnology or for research high research जोटी दरकार होची सेते बेले को of course idea stage रे you need funding because you might need a lot of chemical acquiring licenses or something like that so then you a government grant and you can access those kind of grant and start but for our kind of startup engineer where technology startup I think you highly focus on the idea the product development and so on and so forth funding will be later on when you are in the timeline as I said then you have to balance You have to spend more time on arranging funds and also more time on your current products.
जदि आम ओडिशा को देखिबा सर, अकॉर्डिंग टू यू व्हाट आर द इंडस्ट्री दैट द स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स कैन एक्चुअली एक्सप्लोर एंड बिल्ड इन ओडिशा?
सो बिल्ड एक्सप्लोर बिल्ड तो सब किछि करि होबो, बट ओडिशा रा मार्केट जदि देखिबा, I think fintech products are micro fintech products are because there are huge rural base in Odisha. If you want to market here, then you have healthcare products, medtech products basically are doing well in Odisha because you have a large population unaccessible to medical health tech. These kind of are there. Then we are talking about food technology and agri-tech are going to be great in Odisha. This is why I'm saying you all this segment is because if you want to have your startup here and also the market here, so then these are the things that I am saying you. But for example, we are a SaaS company and our market is not confined to Odisha. So for us, it was lesser of infrastructure cost, good talents that we can, I am envisaging Bhubaneswar will be one of the most sorted for place for executives to work tomorrow. I mean tomorrow as in maybe 5 years down the line, because Bangalore is done, Pune is done. People would love to work and stay in a place like Bhubaneswar in next 5 years. So therefore, Bhubaneswar for me is promising in terms of attracting talents also in future. But as a SaaS company today, my market is one of the market is Odisha, but my market is not Odisha. So in fact, I got my first client itself from South Korea. So I remember those days when this guy, we made a website and the first inquiry came from that guy. That's a different story. We were not ready to serve that client, but we got the lead from that particular. Today we serve them, but that time we denied that, hey, we are not ready for you. Now, technically today, if you look at my highest market share is in Himachal. We serve more than 1,000 clients in Himachal Pradesh. Second largest client would be Rajasthan, and the third one Kerala, and then probably West Bengal.
How many clients have you, sir? Do you have right now?
So today, more than 5,500 clients use BookingJIni.
And as per the ARR, what is the ARR right now?
So annual revenue, we do more than 2 million annual revenue now, $2 million.
Given a chance, if you want to start anything again today in Odisha, what would be the industry that you will choose and start again?
I think, because of this experience in SaaS business, but if you look at my passion, definitely something on food and health will be, a big significant thing in future. I think that will be something that will excite me in future. But I cannot rewrite my history, what we can start when I started BookingJIni. But I think the way the encounters happened with me moving from Bangalore to San Francisco, meeting that hotelier, understanding his problem, and I said that is not only his problem, that's millions of SMB hotel owners' problem, and then we started solving that. I think that was an incredible thing, and I'm really enjoying solving that. But once this is sorted, I think if at all I have another chance to build another startup, I would definitely do something on health tech.
Health tech. So you are also a very active, member in terms of angel network in Bhubaneswar and looking to invest in the startups. What exactly that you see in a startup to invest in?
See, first when the startup is in very early idea stage, जेतेबेले किछि न थाए तार खाली idea टे थाए and passion थाए. Recently I came across a EV renting platform जे कि करूची, extremely passionate, मोर XIM रा alumni जणे. So I not only invested, I asked a few of my colleagues, investors who are already invested in BookingJIni, them to be investing in that. I found that integrity in him. I found that his clarity of thought process about market, about what he's doing is extremely clear. So in early stage, in fact, when I was funded, my first investor never knew what I was doing. He only invested saying that, Sibasishs, you are doing something, so it excites me to help you. Today also, if you ask him what I do, he will not be able to tell you what exactly BookingJIni does. He is based out of Singapore, and that was my first foreign direct investment I raised in BookingJIni. So I believe why he invested in me is because he liked me and my clarity of thought about, and this meeting happened, Arun, over a transit airport, and it was not a fancy boardroom where this meeting or
Very interesting.
this conversation about funding happened. So if I would invest in somebody, which I do today, the other day we invested a book startup, which is a SaaS of book, like it's again book as a service kind of startup based out of Delhi. We invested a little money, but then my passion about book and his clarity about why he is doing that startup, that both met, I think, for that startup. However, this EV guy, do not have passion for EV, but then the kind of clarity this guy has and the, like I said, the focus on the product. He says, even if I don't have fund, I will make it successful. So these are the couple of things that initially that matters. If you look at little grown stage of startup and you're looking still at angel, they will be tractions. You are having paying customers and you have traction, then they become investable.
So, my last question to you, sir, in terms of what is the future for BookingJIni and what is the future for Startup Odisha as an ecosystem that you look at?
So, BookingJIni, I think, has come a long way now. It is not only determined by me. We have already an ecosystem within. We have 400 of integration inside BookingJIni, large companies, small companies. So it has put his step on a, I would say, on an escalator. So no matter what happens, the escalator is going to take you to one or the other floor, and the floor is always high, and it's not the lower floor we are talking about. So we are talking about issuing cards like prepaid cards and BNPL cards to our B2B2C consumer. So soon you will see the BookingJIni in the BookingJIni platform, a hotelier will be able to issue credit cards to his elite customers or loyal customers. This will be one of the fintech interaction of BookingJIni. Then we are talking about loyalty programs within BookingJIni where you stay in a hotel and out of the loyalty that is generated, you can pay it to your dentist. So those kind of cross-border and cross-brand loyalty programs we are launching. Huge things we are doing on terms of AI, in terms of pricing engine and demand algorithm and all, because we wanted to be the only one-stop platform for hotels which can the hotelier can sell, manage and market his property. Now beyond that, the next thing is funding. A biggest challenge of a small SMB hotel that we found out recently was hotel are bankable in terms of infrastructure or in terms of capital funding. Every hotel will get funding to build a building or any capital infrastructure which can be hypothecated to the bank. But many hotel SMB, they suffer from the working capital crisis. They do not have that 50 lakhs extra with them, which will take them for the 6 month journey, and because they have a season, particularly many places in India, they have a seasonal hotel business. Now we went to a few NBFCs and they are willing to fund these hotels based on the turnover that they are doing. So, and hotel business has very unorganized management of this turnover. Our engine, BookingJIni's engine, can tell them like we have individual CIBIL scores. Our engine is creating that credit score for every hotel based on certain matrices that the NBFC has given us, and we could say that this hotel is will honor the credit, and this hotel may be little dicey on honoring the credit, and therefore they funding these hotels becomes they become very comfortable in funding these kind of hotels. So we will be going beyond what we do today to finance, to pricing, recommendations and so on and so forth in future.
And what do you see as the future for Startup Odisha in Odisha?
Well, Startup Odisha is very emerging. I think the time has come for a lot of efforts has been put in the last 14 years, I can say, since 14 years. Why? Because my entrepreneurial journey has been almost 12, 13 years now. So I'm taking a point of 2010 to 2024. If you look at, we have immensely grown, like in multiple folds grown. Number of startups have increased. Our understanding for funding landscape has also been great. People, good VCs and good angel networks has today, they don't have to ask 10 questions before entering or funding a startup in Odisha. Earlier there were, like, why Odisha, where is this, how could we do the due diligence? Thanks to COVID again, because in my cap table there are almost early days we had 30 angels kind of. I would have personally made 3. Electronically also I would have met maybe 10 people. Rest I have never met, I have not seen them, but they have invested significant money with our company. I think that is what the COVID has, in a blessing, has given us also. So today Odisha ecosystem is growing, and people like you, which I see is kind of connecting all the dots together. You have been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs in and outside Odisha, or Odia entrepreneurs also. You have been talking about investors, you are talking about ecosystem, pivotal role of ecosystem. I think once this all come together, I think the only place to go is upward.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast. The Odisha Dream, the concept is to bring such stories out of the entrepreneurs here in Odisha who are building from Odisha for the world, as well as present them a platform where they could talk about their challenges, their achievements, which could attract a lot of investments. And that is where our dream is to create the Odisha Dream Fund, where we would be incorporating the startups and maybe investing in those startups and grooming them to become the next maybe $1 billion company. So that is the motto of the Odisha Dream.
Correct.
Thank you so much for sharing such knowledge with us, and I think the viewers will really like it and will learn a lot of things from this podcast. Sir. Thank you so much.
Happy to be here. Thanks, Arun, for having me.
Thank you so much, sir.
आहुरी नुआ नुआ गेस्ट को सुनिबाकू प्लीज आमर चैनल को लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब करंतु, प्लस आम इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल को भी फॉलो करंतु दी ओडिशा ड्रीम। थैंक यू सो मच।